Hello everyone, this is the Sony ZV-1. It is a very popular point and shoot small compact camera right now that Sony just released. This is not a review on the camera. There are hundreds of thousands of reviews on the ZV-1. So if you want a review, please go into YouTube and just type ZV-1 and search for a video, and there's literally thousands and thousands of videos on it, and people can give you lots of tests and specs much better than I can. What this video is about, however, is about a certain accessory that I recently got for the ZV-1 that I think is just a pleasure to use. It's a wonderful accessory. So let me set this aside for a second. And it is this, a SmallRig cage that fits right over the ZV-1, and it's super light and it's pretty sturdy. The build quality is pretty good. There's a metallic frame, and this handle right here is made of really smooth, what I feel like is pretty high quality wood. So let's take a look at the weight of this. I have a scale right here. I'm going to turn this on. It's going to tear, and it's coming in at about 2.4 ounces, which is pretty light. So the camera itself is about 10.4 ounces. So with the little thing, 12.8, that's, still under a pound. It's great. Okay, so what is so good about this accessory here? Well, the chief complaint, one of the chief complaints about this is that the thread hole is way too close to the battery door, and if you try to mount a tripod, and here I have a little end of a Joby GorillaPod mount, which has a thread right here. If you mount it right here, it you now no longer able to access the battery and the SD card with tripod. So you got to take the tripod off, then you switch the batteries, switch the SD card, and then close the door and put the thread it back on. So which is could be a pain. I don't think the SD card is as big of an issue. The issue is more likely the battery, because these batteries don't last very long. They generally go for about an hour, maybe even less in most cases. So that's the problem here. But here's where the accessory comes into play. So with this accessory, mount this on here, and it comes with a little Allen key wrench, so pretty easy. Just thread this on. Couple of turns, don't over tighten, and voila, you have a mounted cage. And now with the tripod mount right here, it does not block the door at all. See? And that is awesome. And just to give you a perspective of the layout, is great. So I'm just going to talk about the cage a little bit more. Notice that there are many thread holes in here, so you don't have to mount it right in the center. You can mount it a little bit to the right, to the left a little bit. You have your choices, a lot of flexibility. This is a really nice cage, I must say. This wooden handle just feels really good in the hand. Now the ZV-1, like, it already, what's great about it is out of the box, it comes with that rubber handle that previously was not available on the RX 100 line. You had to buy a little extra accessory that Sony sells that you can stick on to the RX 100 lines. But the ZV-1 comes with that thing, and that's great. But this is just even better because of how deep this is. I mean, when you grip onto it, I mean, you really have something like substantial, you know, to really grip onto. It just feels really good in the hand. And like I said, it's only 2.4 ounces, so it's really light, which is great. Now, they do make a different cage for this. SmallRig has one where it clamps on to the circular, the lens outside of it. And that's a full cage, so it has mounts up here in the top. It goes all the way around. It goes all the way to the other side. So you can mount, there's thread holes on the other side over here and up here. But in my opinion, I thought about getting that initially, but I just like the lightness of and the simplicity of this smaller one over here. I think it just works. It's going to work better for me, in my opinion. The ones that the full cage will have a couple holes here where you could attach a different handle. You could attach additional accessories on there. But I like this because I also purchased something I'll show you guys. There's 2 thread holes here, and I got an extra accessory, which is a little cold shoe. So try to do my best to see if I mount it. And it comes with an Allen key as well, along with these screws. Oops. Yep. Please pardon the clumsiness. It's hard to be coordinated on camera, but this is interesting setup. So now with this, you can attach an extra shoe on here. They make another one where it actually has one cold shoe this way and another cold shoe that way, but I think that's excessive. I don't really think I need that many. I mean, with this setup, you're going to have one hot shoe, one cold shoe, and another cold shoe on here. You're going to have 3 shoes for this, and this is going to be a beast of a setup here. I mean, so you can have, for example, you could have your external microphone up here. You can have lights mounted on here, and you could have maybe a little grip device here that you could hold a battery pack to charge your phone. So with that kind of setup, I mean, then this makes it a really awesome rig for filming video for a good amount of time, I think, in my opinion. Man, I just love this wooden handle grip here. And if you don't need it, you know, obviously, pretty easy. You can just take this off. Fairly easy, and just set it aside. But yeah, I think I'm gonna really like this. This just feels really good in the hand. Really amazing. See, it does not interfere with the camera in any way. The operator, it's even got a little recessed area where you can, you get your fingers in there to access the screen, which is wonderful, in my opinion. Yep, so this SmallRig cage is called the SmallRig L shaped wooden grip with cold shoe for the Sony ZV-1 2936, and you can get this at the SmallRig website, I believe, and it ships from China. It's made in China. Hey, these days China's making a lot of good stuff, I'll tell you. Just depends on who the vendor is. If you find the right vendor, I mean, they make some quality stuff. This is like really solid. Man, I love it. This is great. So the price for this was, so I got this during the pre-order when they hadn't gone into full production yet. So I actually got a discount for it. It was like around $25 or whatnot. The price might have gone up a little bit. It might be like $30 now, but not unreasonable. It's fairly okay, I think, for a price. So the price have gone up a little bit now that it's in full production, but I think it's still available. I just got it in the mail today, and I'm starting to, thought I'd put it on and share, let you guys know about it. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.